Hi, and thank you for watching this tutorial. And I know a few days back I watched this movie Joker, and for those of you who have already seen that movie, it's a very dark, depressing, emotional storyline. And for those of you who haven't, I highly recommend you to go watch that movie. It's simply an outstanding performance by the whole cast, and it's a movie that will be remembered for a long time. And what was ringing in my ears after the movie was the haunting cello tune of the movie, which is the original soundtrack of the movie. And here today, I'm gonna try and replicate that same cello sound with the dark feel, and we'll see how close we can come. And just to let you listen to what the original piece is like. I'm gonna do it in two parts. The first part, I'm gonna use a sampler, and we're gonna see how close we can come. And after that, I'm gonna try with a synthesizer, and so we get two different versions of a cello sound. Okay, hi and welcome back. I've extracted out the MIDI. This is the MIDI for the cello piece, and we're gonna dive right straight into it. First part, I'm gonna use a sampler, and one of my favorite sampler is the Kontakt, and we're gonna load that in real quick. And we're not gonna use any fancy instruments. We're just gonna use the factory library under strings, cello solo. Load that up. Okay, once you have done that, bring out the volume. Says it's usually very low. You can turn off the reverb plugin, reverb effect here. Bring out the attack slightly and the dynamic fade. Next, go to the options category section here. What we're gonna do is randomize a few things. Basically, we're gonna randomize the velocity so you can bring down the volume. The rest of it stays down, and change the velocity curve to a bell. And that's about it for the sampler part. We're gonna use work on using other plugins, and let's hear what it sounds like right now. Okay, so that's very dry, and we're gonna start adding a bit of effects. Add this saturator, a preset a bit warmer. Bring down the drive slightly, we don't need too much of it. We're gonna next the chorus. We're gonna bring down the drive at the rate as well, and the amount, so we don't need too much of it, just a very slight bit. And we're gonna use a EQ8 here. This is for the basic cutting off of frequencies. We're gonna be using this EQ plugin again later in the sections. So I'm gonna do is cut away all the lows. Maybe too much, and a bit of the highs. We only need that, and so this is the range of frequencies that we'll be going working with, and that narrows down. As we heard just now in the clip, there's a whole lot of other instruments playing together with this cello sound, and all other instruments need their space in the frequency range, and we're gonna limit our cello to these frequencies. Now once we are there, we can now add in a simple delay, the link of both sides to here, and bring down the driver. Okay, we are coming close to a orchestral cello sound already, and we're gonna add next up is my favorite reverb plugin, Valhalla Vintage Verb. And immediately upon putting that in, we can hear the difference. Bring down the rate and a bit of the high cut, and cut away a bit of the lows, and there we already have a very sweet sounding cello, I like to refer it to. Finally, another EQ. We're gonna really cut out frequencies which we don't want before we finally compress it. The low cut as well as the high. What we're gonna do is just swerve through the frequencies we are working with and find frequencies which might interfere without tuning. And for those who are just starting out in production, and this is something that you need a lot of training, a lot of practice on. Once you work on more and more tracks, your ears will get more sensitive, and you'll be able to figure it out easily. For time being, okay, over there you can hear this a bit of resonance. Cut that out, we don't need that. And usually in the lower part of the sound, and that, yeah, that part we don't need that to take it out and bring down the sides. Okay, so we are working with stereo on the EQ plugin, EQ8, and that will do for this sound. Finally, add the compressor to even out the sounds. Change the ratio to 3:1 and bring down the threshold to somewhere there. And you can bring up down the attack and bring up the release. And we have a cello sound, and that's sweet sounding. It has a very dark, depressing tone as well. And that's it for the sampler section. We're gonna next move on to the synthesizer section. Okay, welcome back. And while we are listening to the original clip, I'm gonna add on my favorite synthesizer, Serum, and we're gonna work with Serum to try to replicate that sound. It's pretty irritating. We bring down the volume a bit. But that's the initial preset of Serum. We're gonna quickly change that to the analog Matrix CC84, and you can bring down the octave a bit, and now you can raise the volume a bit. And the weighted position, bring up to about 36. So that's the oscillator section. We're going to work with the envelope. We're trying to use the envelope to modulate our wavetable position. Bring out the attack, the whole, the decay and the sustain, leave it as it is, and we're going to bring up the release to about 1 second as well, slightly more. And then we can use that to modulate the wavetable position. So it gives a very long feel. Just tweak a bit of what you feel comfortable, and then we're gonna have the filters coming in, and we're gonna use the high filter, bring it down. We're gonna use the same envelope for the filter, and we're gonna bring it down. We don't want too much of it. Bring down the resonance as well. Put legato, always scale, and bring out the portmanteau slightly, and the curve of the portmanteau to a bit more bell shape. Okay, once we are okay with the synthesize sound design part, we can add in a bit of effect from Serum. Just the distortion plugin, leave it as tube, and rest of the effects we're going to be using other plugins, mostly Ableton's. We're gonna add a chorus section again. Same thing, bring down the rate, the dry wet, and the amount. We just need a tad bit of our chorus. And then we're gonna add in the EQ8. We're gonna narrow down the frequencies we're gonna work with, so we don't need a lot of the low frequencies. So we're gonna cut that off, and the high frequencies a bit too. The rest we're gonna leave it because we're gonna be using another EQ plugin later on as well. And I feel what we can do, we're gonna add another reverb plugin, but for the time being I just want to add this Cathedral preset of Ableton stock reverb. Smoothens out the sound. Okay, and then now we can add the simple delay. Link it, I think, for and of course my favorite reverb plugin, the Vintage Verb. The same thing, bring down the high cut, bring down the rate, and cut out a bit of the low end. And now we are getting closer to what we are hearing. Let's compare it with the original. So yeah, pretty much it. We just need to finalize a few things, and add another EQ8. This is where we're gonna really sculpt the sound to our desired version. Cut away the low end and the high end as well. So once we have narrowed down, we can take away frequencies which will be amplified if we do not do it now. And over there, yeah, cut that out, and let's, yeah, cut that out as well. And you can yeah, cut out a bit more of the low, the high hand, and now we are close to what we want. And you can finally add a compressor to even out the sounds. Let's change the rate to 3:1, bring down the threshold. Raise up the volume here as well. And I think we are almost close to what we want, and this is a cello sound that you can use for your tracks. And let's hear I can hear this is the original, and see how close we have come to the original. Yeah, it's pretty close. And so there you have it, a complete tutorial on creating a cello sound similar to that in the Joker's soundtrack. And I hope you have learned a bit here, and hope you can use what you have learned in your own productions. and all the best for your own productions as well. And I'll see you very soon. And if you like this video, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more updates on my videos and tutorials. So I'll see you all very soon. Cheers.